Have you ever finished a Big Mac and thought, you know what would hit right now? An apple pie? Or maybe you've rage ordered a blizzard at midnight because nothing else would scratch that ice cream itch?
Strawberry banana Nutella with raspberry drizzle.
Today we're ranking the most iconic fast food desserts from absolute worst to surprisingly worth the drive-thru wait. Not by how cute they look on Instagram or how many limited edition flavors they pump out, but by what actually matters: flavor, texture, consistency, and whether you'll actually crave them after your last bite. So subscribe and grab a napkin because we're about to dive, fork first, into America's sweetest drive-thru offerings. Taking the bottom spot is Taco Bell's Cinnamon Twists, the dessert equivalent of eating crunchy nothingness with a light dusting of hope. These twisted puffs of wheat and corn have been filling value menu slots since 1989, becoming the default, sure, throw that in, with your Crunch Wrap Supreme. The appeal is obvious. They're cheap, they're vegan certified, and they dissolve on your tongue faster than your regrets about ordering mild sauce. That airy crunch delivers immediate satisfaction, and unlike most fast food desserts, you won't feel like you need a nap after finishing them. They're the dessert equivalent of an exclamation point on your order. Present, but not exactly memorable. But here's the brutal truth. You're basically eating flavored packing material. There's no richness, no depth, no moment where you close your eyes and savor the experience. The cinnamon sugar coating tastes artificial in that distinct Taco Bell way, and the texture disappears so quickly you'll wonder if you actually ate anything at all. They're fun for about 3 twists, then your brain realizes you're just crunching air. Taco Bell Cinnamon Twists rank dead last, because in the dessert game, substance matters. These things are a snack, not a dessert event. And when you're competing against molten pies and thick shakes, air puffs just don't cut it. Little Caesars Cookie Dough. Brownie slouches into number 19 as the dessert that mistakes more for better. Launched in 2021 with M&Ms and followed by a Twix version in 2022, this shareable slab became Little Caesars' answer to the question nobody asked. What if we made dessert as big as our pizzas? The positives are real. This thing feeds a crowd without breaking the bank, and the combination of cookie dough chunks, fudgy brownie base, and candy pieces hits that nostalgic candy bar sweetness that kids absolutely demolish. When you're hosting a pizza party and need dessert that travels well in a cardboard box, this mega slab delivers quantity and convenience in one pre-portioned rectangle. But sweet mercy is at one note. Every bite tastes like a sugar bomb went off in your mouth, with no contrast, no complexity, just relentless sweetness that makes your teeth ache by slice 2. The brownie base stays fudgy, sure, but the cookie dough pieces taste more like sweetened paste than actual cookie dough. And those candy chunks add texture without adding any flavor dimension. Little Caesars Cookie Dough Brownie ranks here because it's engineered for sharing, not savoring. Great for a crowd of sugar-crazed kids? Absolutely. Great for actually enjoying dessert as an adult? Not so much. Domino's Marbled Cookie Brownie rolls into number 18 as the dessert that peaked in 2015 and has been coasting on good enough ever since. This cookie brownie hybrid became Domino's answer to the pizza delivery dessert problem. What travels well in a hot box alongside pepperoni? The concept works on paper. Swirled chocolate chip cookie dough and fudge brownie batter baked together creates visual appeal, and that satisfying best of both worlds promise. When it arrives fresh and warm, you get contrasting textures that actually complement each other, with the cookie sections providing a buttery crunch against the fudgy brownie swirls. It's sized perfectly for 2 people to split without commitment anxiety. But this brownie lives or dies based on timing, and delivery timing is chaos. Order it fresh for carryout, and it's genuinely enjoyable. Let it sit in delivery limbo for 30 minutes, and you're eating a flat, lukewarm rectangle that tastes like regret. The texture flattens into uniform mushiness. The chocolate chips lose any distinct presence. and the whole thing becomes forgettable fast. Domino's marbled cookie brownie ranks here because consistency matters in fast food, and this dessert can't maintain quality through the very service Domino's built its empire on. Arby's turnovers flutter into number 17 as the drive-thru dessert that's been rotating through menus for literal decades, banking on nostalgia for those classic fast food bakery vibes. These flaky triangular pockets filled with apple or cherry filling have become Arby's sweet sidekick to their roast beef empire. Always there, rarely celebrated. The appeal is pure Americana, a hot, flaky pastry you can eat with one hand while driving, triggering memories of gas station bakeries and roadside diners from childhood. When fresh, that pastry exterior delivers legitimate flakiness with a buttery sheen, and the portion size hits that sweet spot between snack and commitment. At under $2, they're an easy impulse ad when you're already ordering curly fries. But that filling reveals the fundamental compromise. Both apple and cherry versions taste distinctly canned, that overly thick, artificially sweetened goop that coats your mouth without delivering any fresh fruit brightness. The filling-to-pastry ratio swings wildly depending on which location makes it, ranging from mostly pastry shell to lava-hot fruit explosion. Quality control seems to depend entirely on whether your local Arby's actually cares. Arby's turnovers rank here because nostalgia only carries you so far when the filling tastes like it came from a commercial-sized can. The pastry shows genuine effort, but when your star ingredient is basically pie filling from a bottle, you're competing at a disadvantage against chains that actually care about their desserts. Burger King's Hershey's Sundae Pie cruises into number 16 as the highway exit impulse buy that's fueled road trips since the early 2000s. This triangular wedge of chocolate creme in a crunchy shell became a drive-thru legend by solving a fundamental problem. How do you eat ice cream in a car without making a mess? The genius is in the format. No spoon needed, no melting drama, just grab-and-go chocolate satisfaction wrapped in crinkly foil. That crunchy chocolate crust provides genuine texture contrast against the smooth filling, and the whole thing stays stable at room temperature, making it perfect for eating during your commute. At around $2, it's cheap enough to order on a whim when you're already getting a Whopper. But let's be honest about what you're eating. This is aggressively artificial in ways both good and bad. The creme filling tastes like chocolate pudding mixed with Cool Whip, and you can definitely taste the stabilizers that keep this thing shelf-stable. The crust, while crunchy, has that processed cookie flavor that screams, "made in a factory 3 states away." It's comforting in that distinctly fast food way, but there's zero sophistication here. Burger King's Sundae Pie ranks here because it delivers exactly what it promises: convenient, chocolatey, mess-free dessert, without pretending to be anything more. It's not trying to compete with real ice cream or bakery-quality pies. It's highway fast food executed competently, and sometimes that's enough. Jack in the Box Mini Churros tumble into number 15 as the late-night munchy fuel that's been satisfying post-bar cravings since 2008. These bite-sized sticks of fried dough rolled in cinnamon sugar became Jack's answer to the "we're open at 2 a.m. and you want something sweet" problem, offering portable, poppable satisfaction any time of day. The appeal is undeniable. These things are crunchy, cinnamon sugary, and perfectly sized for mindless snacking. The exterior delivers that satisfying crispy fried texture, while the interior stays soft and doughy when fresh. They come in a convenient pouch you can demolish while driving, and at value menu pricing, they're an easy impulse add to your order of tacos or burgers at midnight. But the fatal flaw is these churros desperately need the chocolate dipping sauce that Jack in the Box won't give you unless you specifically ask and pay extra. Without that sauce, you're eating dry cinnamon sticks that require constant sips of soda to prevent full mouth dessert conditions. The cinnamon sugar coating helps, but it's not enough moisture to carry the experience. They're also wildly inconsistent. Fresh ones are genuinely good, but let them sit under a heat lamp and they transform into cinnamon-flavored jerky. Jack-in-the-Box mini churros rank here because they're fundamentally incomplete without dipping sauce. And charging extra for the component that makes your dessert actually enjoyable is criminal. Solid concept, flawed execution, and too dry to rank higher. Pizza Hut's ultimate Hershey's chocolate chip cookie slides into number 14 as the pizza party closer looks better on the menu board than it tastes on your plate. Launched in 2014, this oversized skillet cookie became Pizza Hut's answer to dessert as a shareable event, designed to feed an entire table after you've demolished a stuffed crust. The concept hits several sweet spots. It's big enough to share without fighting over portions. It arrives in that distinctive skillet pan that keeps it warm. And Hershey's chips provide legitimate chocolate flavor throughout. When served fresh at the restaurant, you get that bakery-style texture with crispy edges and a gooey center that makes people reach for seconds. It photographs well for social media, which matters when you're trying to prove your pizza party was actually fun. We genuinely think this cookie is better than their pizza, but it's a victim of Pizza Hut's delivery model. Order it for pickup and eat it within 10 minutes, and it's genuinely enjoyable. Let it sit in a delivery box for 20 minutes, and you're eating a lukewarm hockey puck that tastes more like calories than celebration. The sweetness also becomes overwhelming after you've already eaten pizza. 2 slices in, and your taste buds are screaming for mercy from the sugar assault. Pizza Hut's ultimate cookie ranks here because it's engineered for a specific moment that rarely happens: eating it fresh at a Pizza Hut restaurant immediately after ordering. For everyone else getting delivery, it's too sweet and arrives too cold to justify the calories. Popeyes Cinnamon Apple Pie fries into number 13 as the dessert that channels the energy of McDonald's legendary fried pies from the pre-baked era. This long-running menu staple wraps cinnamon sugar-dusted apples in a crispy fried shell, giving you that rare fast food experience that actually feels indulgent rather than mass-produced. When this pie hits the fryer at the right moment, it's legitimately fantastic. The shell delivers a shatteringly crisp texture. The cinnamon sugar coating adds warmth and sweetness without overwhelming. And the apple filling manages to taste like actual fruit rather than canned goop. That fried exterior creates textural contrast that baked pies simply can't match, making each bite feel special. It's handheld, portable, and delivers nostalgic drive-thru bakery vibes that transport you back to when fast food desserts were actually tried. But holy hell, the quality swings are wild. Fresh from the fryer, this thing slaps. Sitting under a heat lamp for an hour, and you're biting into a greasy hand grenade that erupts with molten filling hot enough to scar your mouth, while the crust turns into an oil-soaked shell. The inconsistency is maddening. You never know if you're getting crispy perfection or deep-fried regret. Popeyes Cinnamon Apple Pie ranks here because when it's good, it's genuinely great. But the execution depends entirely on timing. The potential is there, but consistency issues keep it from climbing higher. It's a gamble every time you order. Chick-fil-A's Frosted Lemonade floats into number 12 as the warm weather mashup that shouldn't work but absolutely does. Introduced in 2015, this tart meets creamy hybrid blends Chick-fil-A's signature lemonade with their Ice Dream soft serve, creating something that tastes like summer condensed into a cup with a straw. The flavor combination delivers genuine surprise. That tangy lemonade brightness cuts through the creamy sweetness of soft serve, creating a balance that most fast food desserts don't even attempt. It's refreshing rather than heavy, making it perfect for those moments when you want something sweet, but don't want to feel like you need a nap afterward. The texture hits somewhere between a smoothie and a shake, light enough to sip quickly without brain freeze. But this thing melts faster than your willpower at a drive-thru, turning from perfect consistency to lemon soup within about 10 minutes. If you add any flavor variations or customizations, the balance tips quickly into too sweet territory, overwhelming that crucial tartness that makes the original version work. It's also a seasonal item at many locations, which means you can't always get your fix when you're craving it. Chick-fil-A's Frosted Lemonade ranks here because it brings genuine creativity to the fast food dessert game. It's light, bright, and different from the endless parade of chocolate and vanilla options. But the short drinkability window and seasonal availability keep it from ranking higher. Great concept, execution that requires speed. Chick-fil-A's hand-spun milkshake and cookies and cream glides into number 11 as the dessert that proves fast food can actually compete with ice cream parlors. Rolled out chain-wide in 2006, these shakes became Chick-fil-A's answer to "We need a real dessert program," featuring actual ice cream, real whipped cream, and that cherry-on-top styling that makes you feel like you're at a retro diner. The thickness is legitimately impressive. These shakes require genuine suction power to drink, giving you that satisfying ice cream parlor density that most fast food shakes can't match. The cookies and cream version delivers actual cookie chunks throughout, and the hand-spun preparation means you get consistent flavor distribution rather than all the mix-ins settling at the bottom. That real whipped cream and cherry garnish add legitimate charm without being pure theater. But that thickness becomes a double-edged sword. Your straw becomes a workout device within about 5 minutes, and the mix-ins settle quickly as the shake warms, creating an uneven experience where the top sips are perfect and the bottom slurps are just cookie sludge. The sweetness also builds aggressively. What starts as enjoyable becomes cloying by the time you hit the halfway mark. Chick-fil-A's cookies and cream shake ranks here because it's genuinely good and uses quality ingredients, but the execution creates practical problems. When your dessert requires athletic sucking ability and tastes better in the first half than the second, there's room for improvement. And that's where we'll hit pause for now. From Taco Bell's cinnamon-flavored packing peanuts to Chick-fil-A's milkshake that doubles as an arm workout, we've covered the bottom half of America's fast food dessert hall of fame. But the sweetest surprises are still ahead. In Part 2, we'll push into the heavy hitters, the fried pies that actually slap, the sundaes that made road trips bearable, and of course, the frozen legends that define fast food dessert culture. Trust me, the number one spot isn't just nostalgia, it's the kind of dessert people still rage order at midnight. So subscribe if you haven't already, and get ready to finish this sugar-drenched ride in the next episode.